So I'm just out for a walk in the local park, and I thought it would be interesting again because of my obsession with light and getting the hair, especially the transplanted region, so you can see what it really looks like in different light forms. And the park is excellent because we have so many variations of light. We have the canopy of the trees, the light is forever changing the open greenery. So I think this is a great locality to make these sort of videos. So I'll make a few variations of them where I'll just give you a kind of 360 of the result in whatever lighting that I think looks particularly interesting. So it'll be really just variations on a theme throughout this. I might have to actually talk about a few different topics so it doesn't get too redundant and boring, you know. I'll try and think of some anyway. So this is kind of like a golden lighting, quite interesting. Now, one thing I like about this is you can see the kind of colour palette. Colour palette is very interesting when it comes to hair restoration, specifically because I definitely think one needs to have some variation of colour to their hair. So as we age, I'm getting a little bit silver here and there. Those hairs that start to turn colour add some variation to the hair. And this is what makes it look natural, because if it's all the same colour and then you have this kind of perfect hairline, it's a little bit too good to be true, you know? Whereas age can be a very helpful adjunct to a hair restoration, provided that the caliber is maintained, because it adds a colour palette that is more natural but still preserves the youthful shape, the appearance of the hairline. So the light intensity was a little bit too overpowering at the sea, so I've come into the clock tower garden where there's equally perfect lighting here to show you what it's like in full-blown light, and this is it. One of the most essential things to understand, I think, when it comes to undertaking hair restoration surgery is supply must meet demand. And this is particularly important because if one wants to have a very full result and they want to do the temporal points and they want to get a lower hairline that is youthful at the end of the day, then they must intervene early. They must take, again, it links into the previous thing that I alluded to about retaining caliber also. What retains caliber? Oral minoxidil and finasteride. But finasteride, first and foremost, slows down the progression. Oral minoxidil thickens it up, prolongs the anagen phase. So, if we take these two drugs, we have a better fighting chance. Supply must meet demand. If you have gone too far, there's nothing you can do to try and go back to a juvenile hairline. It will never happen, unfortunately. And how do you assess this? By just looking. It's pretty obvious. If you look at somebody and they're very bald, they're very recessed on the sides, they are not going to have what I have. My case is an exception because of proactivity. If you intervene early, then it's possible to have a very youthful hair restoration carried out. A great result is an exception, but these videos are particularly aimed at those who are younger, who you still have time. Unfortunately, this doesn't apply so much to the guys who are very high on the Norwood scale. They can never have a result that is very, very youthful. They will never be able to get very striking look at temporal points. It's just not possible because the supply isn't there. You need enough bricks to build a large house. If you don't have enough bricks, you're going to have to build a smaller house. So these are the kind of things that one must think about. So the key is, if you're a younger guy, book your consultation at a hair restoration clinic. Don't get your drugs online. Get it sorted, get on medication, and then you can do surgery up the road to build a youthful canvas if you want to. Okay? Hope you enjoyed anyway today's montage of videos and topics. Pleasure. I just said I'd include this in the video because it is a beautiful place that I love to come to. This is St. Anne's Park.